Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever, brought to you by Roundtable Sports. Real coverage from real fans. NFL Week 12 is all but in the books. Obviously, the 49ers are taking on the Carolina Panthers, but we learned a lot from NFL Week 12 going into Week 13. And man, I am so excited to unpack everything with you guys. Richie, what's going on with your life, man? Close game against the Ravens yesterday. I was hoping for the best.
I was hoping for the best too, brother, but it's all good. Vibes are high. Happy Thanksgiving week to everybody. We're here live on Fourth and Forever, brought to you by Vitamin Energy. Big shout out to our proud sponsors, Vitamin Energy. They hooked us up with these hats. I mean, come on, man. They hooked us up with the beautiful t-shirt. And, of course, sending us over the variety pack. I'm excited to get into all things Vitamin Energy with you guys on today's show. So I'm feeling juiced up, feeling energized, but I'm excited to break down everything you need to know about the NFL world here on your daily NFL flagship daily show on Roundtable Sports.
That's exactly what I am talking about.
Like the chat's liking the hats. Look at that. The chat. I like the hats, huh? Yeah, they like the hats.
Look at that. What up, TD? How's life, man?
Life is great because I got energy. Thanks to Vitamin Energy. Salute to them. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah,
loud and clear, Ben.
Mike.
Huh?
Loud and clear. We can hear you.
Okay. But yeah, all is well, man. But yeah, man, we got a lot of great football to talk about. A lot of things happened yesterday. So many different storylines around the league. Man, it's going to be an exciting show. Let's get into it.
And so one thing I will say, guys, is that obviously I am in an awful mood after watching the Buffalo Bills play football on Thursday. Thankfully, Vitamin Energy has their mood recipe shot that I'm about to take to the dome immediately. Watch this.
Ooh, hey, you know what, man? I got to take one because I got mine here. Mine different. I'm going with the immune because my whole family is sick and I ain't get sick yet. So I'm going to go with the immune booster they got, baby. Let's go.
Rip that immune booster, folks. And Richie, what do you got for him today, man?
I already had mine this morning, and I'm feeling great. I mean, 7 hours, no sugar crash. I mean, if you guys want to check out Vitamin Energy, folks, they are the proud sponsor of Roundtable Sports. You guys can use the code BOGO Roundtable, and you will get a buy one, get one free. Cannot stress enough, folks, a great way to support what we do here at Roundtable Sports is by supporting the sponsor, and you literally get one for free. So if you want to get any type of pack, go over to vitaminenergy.com and use the code BOGO Roundtable. You get a 12-pack, and then you get another 12-pack for free using our code. I know everybody loves to send in super chats and send in some nice donations. Well, why don't you go over there and send a nice donation to Vitamin Energy, the proud sponsor of Roundtable Sports, energy with benefits, folks. It is definitely keeping me wired and on my toes today on this great Monday.
Well, speaking of wired and locked in, folks, it looks like the Kansas City Chiefs answered the call. Are we surprised? Are we surprised that all the Kansas City Chiefs end up beating the Indianapolis Colts? I think a lot has been learned from both of these teams. I'm going to start off with Richie on this one. I know that they were playing at the exact same time as your Jets and Ravens, but what were your biggest takeaways from both of these teams?
Yeah, this is a great game. It was 20-9. Colts were leading, and you're just like, wow, man, this is really the end of the Chiefs. Like, they lose this game, how are they going to come back? But they figured out a way to wheel their way back to victory. Big touchdown drive, converted the 2-point conversion, make it 20-17. And then, Daniel Jones almost throws an interception, but they don't do anything with it. Jonathan Taylor gets stuffed on third down. They punt the ball, and then the Chiefs go down the field. They had a chance to win it, but the Colts had a really good defensive stand to protect the end zone. Goes into overtime. The Colts get the ball. They had a chance to go out there and win. Like, the Colts had multiple opportunities. I think a big thing about this game for me is the Colts did not step up when it mattered the most offensively late in that game. And you got to give a lot of credit to the Kansas City Chiefs defense. They did not allow, I think, a first down in the second half or some crazy stat. And the Chiefs offense stepped up. Rashee Rice. They're one game out of the wild card now. They are one game out. The Chiefs, I still believe, are going to make the playoffs. And I think that, the Colts, and one thing about the Colts is this too. They're not a lock to win their division no more.
No, they're not.
They're not. The Texans now winning. The Jaguars dub. The Jaguars are one game back. And by the way, if you didn't know this about the Colts, they have to verse the Jaguars and the Texans twice.
Yeah, they ain't had
So
their division
it's wide open now. We looked at it like, oh, the Indianapolis Colts are dominating. They ran away with it. But no, all of a sudden, that division is up for grabs. So I'm excited to see how that gets figured out as the season continues.
Sincere apology to all Colts fans that watch this show. Shout out to my boy, and that calls in quite regularly. I'm looking at their schedule right now, and I would not be shocked if they end up missing the playoffs entirely. I would not be shocked in the slightest. Very difficult schedule, and they play the Jags. They play the Houston Texans. 4 of their last 6 are divisional matchups. So let's see what this team is made of. I think one of the biggest takeaways for me is that Daniel Jones is indeed limited. Daniel Jones is exactly who we thought he was. And I don't want to tell you that I feel like that they made the wrong decision. I don't think that Anthony Richardson would have had this team in a position to compete in the first place this year. I still think Jones was the move. But you can see, if Indianapolis needs him to put the team on his back and will them to victory, it is just a lost cause. I'm not shocked because I saw that he was a first read merchant. He continuously throws to his first read. If you have any credible defensive coordinator and you have semi-decent personnel, you're going to be able to take that away. But it's tough for the Colts, man. It really, really is. As far as Kansas City, I mean, damn, man, their schedule is ultimately just cleaning on up. All right. I could see Kansas City winning out, maybe losing another one. Watch out. But that Kansas City Chiefs team is on the way. TD, thoughts on this one from the Colts and the Chiefs' perspective?
First of all, the Colts, let's pause the brakes, ladies and gentlemen. There's no need to panic. Don't forget, they did play the Chiefs, okay? It is the Chiefs who I counted out once again, and they made me wrong, okay? I finally counted them out and felt confident again, and they just crushed me. I didn't have them winning this game. I had their season being over, and now they're alive and well. The Colts, on the other hand, I think we don't need to overreact. They lost the game to a good team. It happens, right? Also, Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, he's done a lot of great work this year. So he has a game where it isn't pleasant for everybody, and all of a sudden he is who we thought he was. He has a whole lot more good football this year than bad. So I think we need to, okay. I don't know, disappearing. There I go. But yeah, man, let's not do that. The Colts will be fine. They'll make the playoffs, I believe. Daniel Jones is still proving that he's better than we thought he was, at least as of right now. Guys have bad games. Lamar has them. Josh has them. Mahomes, everybody has bad games. You look out for the trends. Are there trends? Is it happening more frequently? That's what matters, but we don't need to jump on the Colts or Daniel Jones. Too much good football this year to do that.
Too much good football indeed. What happened, Rich?
Building something. Don't worry.
You're building something. I thought that we were having issues.
No issues.
Once again with StreamYard at the end of the day, but have no fear. So the Kansas City Chiefs, man, they are now 6-5. I have been scrolling through X and I see Chargers fans freaking out, saying that it's all but over. Looking at their schedule, have the Denver Broncos holding on to the first place in the AFC West. Damn, what can you do? Okay, let's move on to the Seattle Seahawks and the Tennessee Titans. Sam Darnold went 16 for 26, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns. JSN, 8 receptions, 167 yards, and 2 touchdowns himself. Maybe this is an overreaction, but JSN for me is your offensive player of the year. I don't really think that anybody is coming in close at this point. Absolute baller. And the Tennessee Titans, man, while Cam Ward has been the most sacked quarterback all season long, he has been showing flashes, not giving up on the young man just yet. Just get that man a head coach, get that man an offensive line. I'm not willing to throw him out completely. TD, thoughts on the Sam Darnold-led Seattle Seahawks taking down the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah, good win. This is what we were talking about last week. I'm about to say Sam Darnold. Yeah, Sam Darnold. He has a bounce back game, plays well. Tennessee, I like what Cam Ward did in this game too. He made some plays, but this was a mismatch from the beginning. Seattle's the much better team, and Tennessee making it close. That was really fourth quarter. Bend but don't break. They start coming back because Seattle's playing not to lose the game. But this was in my opinion, a domination of Seattle, showing who they are, taking care of business, and good way to bounce back for Sam. I caught spurts of this game in and out, but at the end of the day, we knew this was going to happen. There's nothing to write home here. The real story is Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans. Where do they go from here? What more is there to learn this season or prove? And you don't want to put it on Cam because this organization is just a mess. Doesn't have much around him. But at the same token, does he have some responsibility for it as well? How much blame can you put on him? It's a good question in Tennessee, for their future. What do they do moving forward?
What do they do moving forward? Cam Ward looking nice though.
Yeah, he did, dude. Yeah,
they're gonna get that first overall pick and get a haul from the Jets.
So, what were your thoughts on that, Rich? Talk to me.
No, yeah, the Titans actually showed me something. Cam Ward had a really good opening drive, but JSN is so good. It's ridiculous, man. The guy is, when he was drafted, everyone's like, yeah, he's a slot receiver. Nah, he's way more than just a slot receiver. He's out there making plays left and right. True typical number one. He already has the franchise record of the most receiving yards in Seattle Seahawks history in a season. And we're week 12. That's crazy. You think of DK Metcalf and what he did over there in Seattle. We thought he was great. He's not even close to the same level of what JSN is doing. But Seahawks, listen, the Titans are the worst team in football. But they needed to get this win on the road. Upsets happen, weird things goes on in the NFL. But the Seahawks were able to cruise to a win on the road, and they're right back in the race for that NFC West team, that NFC West, division, even though I think we can all agree who's the best team in football right now, which we'll get into.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we certainly will.
Now, I think we're going to disagree, but that's fine.
Yeah, of course. We know who you think the best team of football is.
As far as the best team of football? Yeah, I mean, it's the Rams.
No, you know who TD's has. They beat up on the worst defense in the league. Go ahead, TD.
What? I mean, it's the Patriots. I mean, they are the best team in the NFL right now.
Game yesterday, yeah.
The Rams are second, by the way. It happens, Richie. It happens.
Okay, let's actually have this debate then. I want you to go on and give us a real reason why you think the New England Patriots are the better football team than the Los Angeles Rams. Go ahead.
All they do is win, no matter what.
And the Rams?
That's all they do. Listen.
Okay, you can say that with the Patriots. You know what the Rams thing is? All they do is dominate, no matter what. Dominate.
Listen, Richie.
The Rams are dominating. They are dominating.
We're saying that because of their most recent win, obviously last night versus the Bucs. It was impressive. Nobody's denying that. But at the end of the day, the Rams, they're in a tough division. They're dominating that division. They're dominating those guys. But the Patriots, they're winning any and every way. It's and they have way less. This is all I'm saying. What they have to work with what they're doing is more impressive than what the Rams are doing. We know the Rams are loaded. We know the Rams got a squad. We know the Rams got this, got that, got this. They got everything they need. What the Rams don't have? What does the Rams not have? But when you look at the Patriots, are you kidding me? When you compare the Patriots to the Rams and you look at names on the roster, it is amazing what the Patriots are doing. And for that, they're the best team in the league to me right now.
So matching up Rams, Patriots, you take the Patriots winning that game?
I'm taking the Patriots today. I am taking the Patriots over the Rams. I don't care nothing about you blowing out the Bucs, beating up on their quarterback and going Geno and all. I don't care. That's 1 week. I'm taking the Patriots, but here's why. Because I've seen that they know how to win in each and every way. Different ways. I want to see the Rams. I want to see Vrabel's defense against the Rams and then see what happens.
TD Pats talk, baby.
Just saying, man. And now the Rams being number 2 isn't an insult. That's amazing. They're dominating. And especially what happened to the Eagles. Yeah, I got them number 1 in the NFC now over the Eagles because of what happened yesterday, that collapse. But I'm sorry, the Patriots, what they're doing is more impressive. And I got to go with what impresses me more.
But we're talking about the better team, not what's the most impressive team. I think that's
the better team on paper. It's the Rams. The better team, if they lined it up, in my opinion, is going to be the Patriots. They're a better team. X's and O's, execution, to me, they're a better team. On paper, the Rams have a better roster.
So we can switch over to the New England Patriots and the Cincinnati Bengals game. We can discuss what we saw from this team. Tough blows for the Pats protection schemes. We saw Will Campbell. It is now announced that he suffered a knee sprain. No news has come out of whether or not he's being added to the IR, but one would assume he's probably going to be missing some time. They also lost an offensive guard as well. So some pretty big blows right to their line. Milton Williams still on the IR as well. So I'm really, really, really curious to see if that impacts them at all. Next week, they are going up against a New York Giants front that was completely dominating an offensive line over in Detroit. So I'm really curious to see what that matchup looks like. Very, very interested. Richie, thoughts on the Patriots and the Bengals game? Do you think that they will be able to maintain this sort of success as some of these key injuries are starting to hit them? Talk to me.
Yeah, luckily for the Patriots, Will Campbell's injury is not season ending. You know, initially that's the fear with the knee, especially for a big man. And he's been a really good piece to that offensive line. Yeah. So that's a positive that he should be back by the end of the season. And the Patriots are obviously not only making the playoffs, but winning the division at this point. So you want him healthy when it matters the most. And, you know, the one thing about the Patriots that you got to give them credit for is every week is the same exact story. They always start the game slow and lose in the first quarter. Drake May throws a pick six. They're looking bad. They can't move the ball against a terrible Bengals defense. But then in the second quarter, third, fourth quarter, they start playing their brand of football. They win the game. It's like during this entire winning streak, I'm pretty sure every single game, they're always losing in the first quarter. And they never let that rattle them. So I give them a lot of credit for that. Keeping themselves calm, cool, collected, defense making plays, getting a pick six of their own. There was 2 pick sixes in this game. Joe Flacco dumps it down. And who's it? Marcus Jones, who picked that off for 6. You know, the Bengals are just one of those teams that just a really, really bad defense and an offense trying to stay afloat. And let's also not forget they did not have Jamar Chase. So that definitely has a say in this one. But yeah, another win for the New England Patriots. You can't deny they are on a tear right now as their winning streak continues.
It's 9 games now. It's 9 games in a row.
Yeah.
8 or 9.
8 or 9 games in a row. Let me see the schedule for them real fast. Patriots schedule. Oh, and next week they go up against the New York Giants. Probably Jackson Dart is going to be out there. A Monday Night Football matchup, by the way. Very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. TD, thoughts on the Pats and the Bengals? Do you think that they run into issues with some of these offensive linemen and their injuries?
Yeah, they'll run into some issues. It'll be a little rougher. I'll say this: they're a little bit more susceptible to drop a game, but luckily their opponents aren't as test worthy coming up. But here's the thing: Richie said something that hit home, and it shows why the Patriots are so good, and it has Mike Vrabel's imprint all over it. They start games slow. And Richie's right. A lot of their games, they start slow. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I saw in this one, it was like 10-0. Next thing you know, 5 minutes later, I look up and it's 14-10. They done caught up and took the lead. And I'm sitting back and I'm trying to figure out why they start slow. But I think what it is, they're figuring teams out, saying, oh, this is what y'all here to do today. Well, here's what we're going to do to counter that. And they're doing that with in-game adjustments, by the way, especially on the defensive side of the football. But this is why I'm so high on the Patriots, because they're not even close to their ceiling. Like, they're not playing the brand of football where they're just like, oh my gosh, they're like, every offensive drive is tearing it up. Every defensive drive is tearing it up. No, they're figuring it out as they go and as they improve. And that's scary when you got a team playing so well and they're not even close to their peak. This is why I'm so high on them, because they're getting higher and higher as the season goes. But yeah, you're going to run into a team like the Bengals and may have some early struggles, but that's not act like the Bengals weren't playing for their life. I know Burrow wasn't out there, but this was their statement game. Man, let's just get this one, get Burrow back out there and see if we can go on a run. They crushed that for them. The Bengals were desperate, and they still were able to beat them and do it. And it was actually more convincing than people will give it credit for, because I know it was 10-0, but for the rest of the game it was 26-10. That's kind of how it went for the rest of the game. So I'm very high on the Patriots. They don't do it pretty, but they do it, and that's football. So yeah, and Bengals season is over.
Or is it? Because we have some breaking NFL news brought to you by
What is it?
Vitamin Energy.
What is it?
We have some breaking. Somebody hit the sirens button. Pew, 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 pew. Are you ready for the breaking news, TD, or no?
Yeah.
As I
I
cue it
was
up.
about to say, so far this is very anticlimactic.
No, it's not.
What do you got?
I'm waiting for the sirens. I'm waiting for the music. For some reason, our whole thing is messed up here. As I share my dandy screen, you don't know what the breaking news is yet?
I'm assuming Burrow's set to go
Joe
on Thursday.
Burrow's back, baby. Thanksgiving just got that much better. Bengals running the table, getting into the wild card, and going to the Super Bowl. Dan, your reaction?
Dude, you know what? Right now, this team is 3-8, and a lot needs to happen. A lot needs to happen in order for them to squeeze in and win their division. You would need them to sweep the Ravens, which I think could be done because, listen, I feel like a lot of us aren't talking about it. So Lamar is definitely playing injured. Like, there's no way that what we've seen out of his production for the past 3 games, like he has 1 touchdown in the past 3 games.
No, Dan, that's called the New York Jets defense, baby.
Well, it's the New York Jets defense, but have Burrow coming out, potentially playing spoiler, but then they also have the Steelers a couple of times as well, I want to say. I don't know if they played the Steelers so far this year, or have they?
And by the way, we got bigger breaking news that just dropped too.
Hold up.
It better be bigger, TD.
It better be massive.
It's bigger. I know y'all getting the notifications as I speak.
Hold up. What is it?
I probably know exactly what it is. What, Shedeur's name is order again?
Let's go, baby. It's all,
we'll get into it. We'll get into it here in a hot
news.
second. Yeah. We want to talk about Shedeur Sanders. Don't worry about it. We've been saving some time for that one.
I gotta freaking
we've been saving some time for that one. Have no fear.
TD's sitting there biting. He's like, when are we going to talk about this? I got to get my glaze prepared.
So for me, so the Bengals have the Ravens, the Bills, the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Cardinals, and the Browns. So they would definitely need to win all of those games, sweep the Baltimore Ravens, which is probably going to be pretty tough. I don't know. Don't know what to expect from this Bengals team.
Well,
Thoughts?
We'll see. I think that Joe Burrow, he's going to get out there. Hopefully he could be healthy so we can have an offseason of rehab. No rehab, rather. So we'll see about that. But, Thursday night, or I don't know if it's a night game, but he'll be playing for Thanksgiving, which is probably why I did not play this Sunday against the Patriots. But we'll see. Let's get into...
Hey, I didn't get my Joe Burrow take.
Yeah, but I'm trying to jump ahead for you, TD. Go ahead.
They got to win out, and then they need some help with the Ravens in Pittsburgh. The beautiful part is I think they have to play the Ravens in Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken. They got the Ravens twice coming up, and Yeah, I mean, I think that'll bode well. If they could win those games, they could still have a shot at the division because I think Pittsburgh's falling now. I didn't believe it at first, but now I'm on the same train as you guys. Pittsburgh might be falling, and if the Bengals can beat the Ravens twice, and then they take another loss, they'll own the tiebreaker. It's still a route for the Bengals, but I just don't think they can do it, but we'll see.
Well, we got to get into it. We got to get into it. How about that man, 9?
He is awful.
TD's boy.
He is awful.
Why do you keep saying he's my
Because
boy?
he's your boy.
Yeah. You like JJ McCarthy going into it. You really did.
Like JJ McCarthy, but I just was trying to be fair to the kid.
You ain't trying to be no fair, bro. You saying that they made the right. Miss me with that. You know that Dan Mitchell loves his EPA. You know what I saw about his EPA? He is. You know what name he's next to?
Who's that?
DeMarcus Russell.
It's bad.
Like all time bad. He's worse than Zach Wilson.
Hey, Sam Darnold used to be in that category.
Not this bad. He had one game. No. Sam Darnold had one game that everyone thinks that's how bad he was every game.
The ghost.
That's not true.
He was seeing ghosts.
He is.
Yeah, the game
right.
he saw ghosts. Now everyone thinks that's the version of Sam early in his career every game, which is just not true. He went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers as a rookie, put up 375 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game. I remember my boy Sam, which is why I shouldn't have traded him in the first place. It's not about Sam Darnold, even though it kind of is, because the Vikings should have not let him walk. But, man, JJ's like an all-time bust. The thing about the Vikings, though, is this. Do they give J.J. McCarthy the chance to be the starter even next year? I know that there's still more games to be played for the rest of the year, but it is to a point where it's getting like to be unplayable.
I'm not going to lie. Yesterday, I was disappointed, and I said to myself, and I told other people, yeah, I'm off of this J.J. McCarthy thing, giving them the right. Yeah, it just don't look right. Something's wrong, and KOC, listen, I'm going to always give KOC the benefit of the doubt when it comes to quarterbacks. So I miss me. I seen people, well, KOC is usually good, but he's not. No, if you can't work on the KOC and play good football, you got to be great. You got to be elite. Just good solid football ain't even good. Just solid. If you can't do that under KOC, then you just may not be the guy. And I know I've said, hey, you got to give him time. He's young. Yeah, but baller's ball. At some point, man, you got to show some better flashes. And I'm starting to be absent of real flashes. So I'm not on the J.J. McCarthy train anymore. But again, I'll still stick behind the fact that I think they had to make this decision.
It was at this moment. Yeah, when you knew that their season was over. Look.
But they had to go down this path. They had to.
No, they did not have to.
You drafted him. You have to. You can't.
You'll have him be a great backup quarterback behind a guy who broke out on the scene and let him get another year under the system oh, man.
So, look, hindsight is 20/20. It's truly 20/20. But if I was Kevin O'Connell and if I had access to a time machine, I would go back to March and I would shop J.J. McCarthy around for like a second-round pick. He probably would have went for a second-round pick because he's unproven. He was a first-round draft pick, and probably somebody who didn't like this current quarterback class would have rolled the dice on him, right? Now his value is completely gone. What's wrong with him is what's wrong with him is his mechanics, right? Like, he does not have quality arm strength. Like, he tries to overcompensate for lack of arm strength with like wonky mechanics. It doesn't work.
But like, even coming,
it's like watching Zach Wilson, but worse. He is a worse Zach Wilson. Yeah. It's early. Maybe that's unfair to say. Maybe he can develop. But I mean, if Kevin O'Connell can't even make him look serviceable, that says a lot more about J.J. McCarthy than it does about Kevin O'Connell, in my opinion.
No, it really is bad, bro, because the mechanics are just all over the place, and you want to give the young guy a chance to grow. But let's not forget, yes, this is his first year playing, but this is year 2. It's not his rookie season. He's technically going the Mahomes route in terms of sitting out his rookie season, and then in year 2, getting the chance. So he had a whole rookie year to sit back and watch Sam execute this offense at a high level. So that's valuable reps mentally. And then he gets plugged into the same exact system, same coaching staff. They made no changes around him. Literally the same playmakers, same offensive line, same everything. And you're seeing this huge step back of a regression. That is just quarterback 101. And this is why I go back to my point here that nobody gave Sam Darnold the credit he deserved last year because everyone just gave everything around him all the credit. It was all JJ. It was all the coaching. It was all everything. Sam did nothing last year. And that's what always, in my opinion, was wrong by it. Where everyone, what do you say, TD?
Nobody didn't give him credit.
What are you talking about, dude?
Yes. Gave him credit.
Absolutely. No, everyone discredited what he was able to do because of the things around him and the coaching staff, that he's the quarterback whisperer, which is why they should get rid of Sam because there will be no difference. This is your words I'm saying, by the way.
Yeah, you're leaving a lot of them out. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah? What am I leaving out?
It's correct. You got to move on from Sam Darnold because he wasn't going to get you over the hump.
And JJ McCarthy. Well, first of all, you don't know that.
You're missing. No, we know that. We know.
No, you don't. Because of one sample size, you're going to marginalize it to 2 games?
No. That's all you have for now. KOC knows. KOC knew. And KOC was in a tough position because he's not going to move on. And first of all, he wasn't going to get a second for JJ. And the only reason he wasn't going to get a second because the entire NFL knows KOC as the guy who can evaluate a quarterback. Therefore, if you're willing to trade him for a second, and take a pay cut basically because you spent the first, you don't believe in him. So you kind of had to roll with them and try to make him something. Sam was out there about to get the big bucks, which he earned. He earned the right to go.
The big bucks weren't that big, though.
I mean, it's big enough for the situation Minnesota was in.
You look at what the Seahawks are paying him. It's a bargain, a complete bargain.
Again, Sam Darnold.
Not like he was asking for Dak Prescott guaranteed type of money or Tua money. The guy is a bargain right now. You could have got him on a very quarterback-friendly contract and still been competitive to win your division and go out there and try to make some playoff push like last year they failed to do.
It's the same reason they moved on from Kirk Cousins and didn't re-up his contract. At some point, they realized the price tag is hurting us, and they couldn't deal with it. It was that simple.
And so I do empathize with them because you are way more likely to win a Super Bowl when you have a rookie or a QB on a rookie contract.
But you got more,
especially if you want to go ahead and build a pretty solid team.
Well, there goes the Bills window.
So I suppose that, and so I can't hate them for that.
Yeah, but that project, I'm not on it. I'm not on it anymore.
I mean, if I was a freaking Vikings fan and I had a quarterback that comes in and puts up the amount of numbers that Sam did, and yes, he did not play well in the biggest moment. I understand that, but the guy put up like 35 tutties, 12 picks, 4,300 yards, and over 102 rating, and you just let him walk.
You know why they didn't care, Richie? And they've been conditioned to this. They had Kirk Cousins doing that for a million years, putting the numbers up. People forget that about Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. The man was a numbers god. Like, he puts the numbers up.
He's putting them numbers up.
Yeah.
Kirko Chains, baby.
Yeah, but do you get over the hump? And they experienced another year of that with Sam. Great numbers, but why we can't get over the hump? Because in those games is also the quarterback position that's hurt them for so many years.
And I guess there's more football to be played before we can answer this question, but I really do wonder if the Vikings are going to consider being in the quarterback market in the offseason.
Very well could.
Because could they justify going into next year with him as their starter? So we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, if you guys didn't know, we do have a proud sponsor of Sleeper, and they have a great promo going on, 100% deposit match up to $100. And tonight is Monday Night Football. Use Sleeper code RTS for $20 free. Come on, folks.
Damn, man. That's a solid promo. I don't hate that at all.
Hit that link at the top of the chat. Sign up, make a promo. You get 100% deposit match. I mean, I'm not singing for you guys for nothing, folks. Help your boy out.
Help your boy out, man, and use that free $20 to put your parlay down on them Carolina Panthers and the San Francisco 49ers.
Now, as we segue, Dan, did you see Shedeur Sanders' first touchdown pass of his career? That touchdown pass.
70 yards. Yak went crazy,
that
baby.
Was a 70-yard Shedeur Sanders touchdown and his first passing touchdown of his career, beating the Raiders, who just fired their OC, arguably the worst team in football. Shedeur Sanders is the first Browns quarterback to win in his debut. And he's out there saying, that's just 1 week of practice. Imagine the whole offseason. Shedeur Sanders out there telling the world that this is just the beginning, and he's starting next week. TD, congratulations on your guy going out there.
Yeah.
Throwing a pick and winning the game.
It's funny, because so I do want to give the young man credit. I did like some of his downfield passing, like one specifically when he was rolling right and threw an absolute dot. I think it was to Judy. Solid pass there. His touchdown pass, of course, was 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. A lot of yak. But for the most part, I thought that he did do very well. I thought that he was going to struggle. And it's too soon for me to hop on and say, okay, so he was done wrong for being selected in the 5th round. I have to wait to see what he plays. What's his next matchup?
San Francisco, a great defense. Good defense.
A great defense. Look, if Shedeur can go out there and put up a similar stat line and come out, well, no. So I'm not even going to put a win on him right now, but say that he can go out there and improve from against the Raiders, then I am going to give this young man credit. Solid win. Like I said, some very pretty throws. Did have the interception, but I'd say that it was more impressive than any performance I've seen from Dylan Gabriel so far this year. I guess there's that. TD, thoughts on the Browns defeating the Las Vegas Raiders?
That defense is amazing for the Browns. And by the way, I have a new MVP favorite in the NFL, and it's not a quarterback. It's Myles Garrett. I think they need to really consider him winning the MVP. He might break that record. It's absolutely insane what he's doing, how he creates havoc and causes havoc. And everybody on the defense just gets to, work a little less because of how impactful Garrett is. So the Browns defense were the lead catalyst in this game, because you can't lose a game where the other team can't score. It's hard to lose if the other team can't score. So they were really mad at the end, which was garbage time, when they gave up that touchdown. They were really trying to make sure they didn't get in the end zone. So first and foremost, we know the Cleveland Browns have an excellent defense. It's a shame, because this type of defense, you should be wanting to go after be a real Super Bowl contender with this kind of defense. This is the type of defense where a team's supposed to be a Super Bowl contender. The real issue is coming on the offensive side of the football, in which they need to get together. Obviously, trying to figure out who their future quarterback is. You got Deshaun Watson in the wing. Now you got Shedeur starting, and you got Dylan Gabriel now in limbo. It's just a mess in that situation, because I think in about 2 weeks, they're probably going to be talking about opening the window for Deshaun Watson to potentially return as well. Just something for y'all to think about. But here's the deal. On this game in particular, Shedeur Sanders, he did a good job, in my opinion. Was he elite with this elite performance like I said he would be? No, he wasn't. And I'm not saying he would have, but I do have to point out the fact that it ain't like he was allowed to in this game. If anybody who watched the game, you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. Shedeur can throw a 50-yard bomb down the field, and they can be at the 5-yard line. They pull him out, wild card, touchdown. So the stat line is not one to really look at. Who knows? He could have had 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, like I said in this one, had he not got pulled out 6 times for the Wildcat formation. But here's what I will say about the Wildcat formation. People, you shouldn't be upset that Stefanski's pulling him for those situations just to give him stats. It's good for the team, because every time they ran it, except like the last 2 times trying to milk the clock, but every other time they ran it, it was successful. They scored 2 touchdowns off of it. Okay, now I know people want Shedeur's stats to be more. No, let him throw for a touchdown. Y'all are stat chasers. This was the best thing for the team at the moment. So Shedeur's performance, though, remember, he was limited in this game. Stefanski made sure he was. Stefanski also protected him in this game, if you ask me. Stefanski kept running the football, even though their run game got shut down. Outside of maybe 2 Wildcat runs, the run game got shut down. They ran for over 20 times in less than 60 yards. So they did a good job stopping Cleveland's run. In Shedeur, even that interception, that was a bad interception, but you know what? A lot of quarterbacks get got with that one. A defensive end dropping back in coverage right there. They literally dropped 8 in the coverage, and they got him. That's what you want to do to a rookie. Look like you're sending pressure, but you drop 8. You sending pressure mean hit your hot right away. He went to hit it. They dropped another guy. Nobody expected 8-man coverage, and he got caught. That's something he can learn from, but it was not a good interception. You got to see that before it happens. Outside of that, man, I thought that the biggest thing for Shedeur is that team plays with a lot more energy, not just the offense, but the defense too. They believe in him. Did you hear his pregame, what he said in the pregame in the tunnel? He told his O-line, this is nothing. The work is already done, basically practice. And I believe in y'all. Now y'all believe in me. Let's go. That's the leadership type stuff that resonates throughout that locker room. I just feel like that team has a new energy whenever he's starting at the position. So he has been named the starter now. Dillon Gabriel has cleared protocol, so he's eligible to play, but they're continuing to keep Shedeur the starter because that front office, and I don't think Stefanski wanted to make him the starter. I think there was a directive sent down at the front office basically saying start Shedeur for the rest of the season unless it starts to go south. And the main reason why is because that game yesterday, Dillon has played 7 or 8 games now. That game yesterday was better than at least 6 of Dillon Gabriel's games, which tells you your first start, you have a higher upside. Dan's not ready to say it, but I'll continue to tell you this. The man isn't a 5th-round pick, okay? He should have been drafted in the 1st round, 2nd round if you didn't like him, 3rd round, if anything, okay? And last thing I'll say, overall with this whole Shedeur Sanders situation, he's a rookie. This is just one of these like everybody's making this polarizing because of his dad, because of what happened. Shedeur Sanders, only thing, he wasn't going out there to play to be elite and be a franchise quarterback. He was going out there to basically what a lot of people were rooting for, just prove you better than Dillon Gabriel so people could stop this lie that you were a 5th-round pick. That's where the real argument is, people. It's not whether he's good or not. We're going to find out. We're going to judge him week after week after week. The real thing was he a 5th-round pick? And I think when he went out there and did what he did, he showed that at a minimum, he's the 3rd-round pick and Dillon's the 5th. And that's what people want other people to understand, that he's not no 5th-round pick. So last thing, a grade. As a NFL starter in this league, Shedeur Sanders gets a C+ from me. As a 5th-round pick, as people love to say it, he gets an A+++ in that game. As a 5th-round pick, if you want to give him that label, as a 5th-round pick, excellent game.
I think we got to find out, like, okay, every Shedeur Sanders topic, there has to be a cap. I think that was 8 minutes.
There's a lot to break down, Richie. It's the biggest story.
He said it's a lot to break down, man. Hey,
storyline in the NFL.
Man, you see the smile on TD's face, chat. This is the happiest we've seen TD all season. The Dolphins can't even give him this much joy, bro.
They haven't. They really haven't.
What do you got on that, Richie?
More than anything.
So what could possibly be said that TD did not go?
Yeah, I mean, what A+++ performance just because of the context is a 5th-round pick, bro. I mean, man, this guy, the bar's low. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the clip of Kevin Stefanski talking to the team after the game and basically acknowledges everybody. And then, Shedeur, by the way, the quarterback who won the game. Thanks, bro. I mean, that was kind of weird. Like, does Stefanski not like his own core? I don't understand that dynamic. That is really weird.
Acknowledge it, Richie. Acknowledge it. This is the problem with the debate about Shedeur. People think, they're not. They don't have nothing against him. They like him, this and that. This is the type of stuff. Instead of saying, yeah, it's weird, I don't know what's going on, you got to acknowledge it. That's the problem people are arguing. Like, I'm not saying they're sabotaging them, but they are not trying to do any favors.
Why are they drafting? What's the plan?
You don't know the storyline. The general manager drafted him. The owner and Stefanski didn't want him. That's why he was mean. He was looking mean in the war room at the draft. When they drafted him, they planned in, and he had this mean, mad look. And people say, oh, you could tell Barry didn't want him. Actually, Barry pretty much had just got through arguing with his owner and his head coach when he drafted him. That's what's going on here.
Makes sense. Now you can see that. Now this is Shedeur's chance, bro, because the Browns, they need a quarterback, obviously. And I think that the context that you add here is that usually a Browns quarterback in their debut don't win football games, and he was able to do that. And the only thing that matters in this league is wins. I don't really care about anything else besides that. But as a quarterback, do you put your team in situations to succeed? They were able to do that. The defense teed off 10 sacks. The Raiders are abysmal. Really good team for him to get his first game against, especially from the context that the Raiders were linked to Shedeur all throughout the draft process to draft him in the first round, but they ended up going Ashton-Jeanty and rolled with Geno Smith. So I think there's a cool storyline there. But I do think there is something to the whole command of the energy of a different spark, similar to when Jackson Dart came in for the Giants. When he came in, it wasn't just like his ability to play better as a physical, like more talent and young and fresh. Like there's a different energy with the huddle and the command, and the team around him's like, all right, there's a new energy now. When Jackson Dart came in, it's not like the Giants did much and start winning or anything, but you can tell there was a difference there. Same thing you felt with the Browns. They felt like a different spark, a different shift. Quarterbacks, it's either you have that it factor or you don't. Shedeur Sanders definitely has that, in my opinion. He has that level of confidence that could be infectious here. But the question is, can he improve? I mean, I'm definitely going to pause on the A+++ performance, even though the context is a 5th round pick. But I think there is something to build on here. That throw he had on the run down to his fellow rookie receiver was a dart. And, he checked the ball down when he needed to. He found the open receivers. He was on time, on target. And he didn't make too many mistakes, even though he did that bad interception. But, hey, a win is a win, and congrats on his debut. But there needs to be a little bit more of a pause here, because I feel like with Shedeur Sanders, he's such a polarizing figure in the NFL. Whether he wins a game and looks okay, we're elevating it to elite status, or if he looks bad and he struggles here and there and loses potentially, he's going to be into the bust category. There needs to be a middle for him, and I'm going to try to stay as middle as I can throughout this process, because I think there's a little bit too much overreaction with Shedeur Sanders because of how polarizing his name is. And when it comes to his name and how he handles himself in the media, he's Deion Sanders' son, man. I mean, it really shouldn't surprise you the type of person he is. That's who Deion is. I mean, that's prime time. It's just like it's in their blood. So it doesn't really bother me as much as other people, the way he holds himself, because it's just who he is. And he's being himself, which I respect.
What do you mean bust, Richie? Can a 5th round pick be a bust?
Yeah.
They can? 5th round picks can be bust?
I feel like you can. I feel like you need to be selected in the 1st round.
Hey, see, this is the whole point.
I just define a bust as like, you're not going to make it in the league. Like you're a bust. Like whether you're a first or 5th
round pick, only playing 1 year and not being in the league, nobody says you're a bust.
I mean, like when I evaluate like the Jets draft class, like, oh yeah, that pick in the 5th round, that was a bust. 6th round.
So if you got a 5th round player that's a bench rider,
it's not a bigger deal, of course.
Yeah, if they're a bench rider in the 5th round, isn't that perfect? That's what it should be.
When they're starting, when they get their opportunity, do they play well or not? Because then they're liability. Then it's like you could be unplayable, and then you're a bust. Like if you're unplayable, you can't even make the team. That's a bust. It's like a day 3 pick. Day 3 picks, you want to be a depth piece, and when your name is called upon, you make the plays. And Shedeur right now is exactly that. Let's see how long it continues. And the reality of Shedeur is he wants to be the guy. Like when it comes to the 2026 Browns, he wants to be the starter. So that's what he's fighting for right now, to give the Browns the reason to build around him in the offseason.
Gotcha.
Shedeur Sanders, JJ McCarthy.
I mean, Shedeur better than Josh Allen, but yeah.
Oh, baby. TD Chargers talk is so back. # smoke Bob.
Yeah, they're going to be online. See, I told you he was a Chargers fan. Man, it's vitamin energy, baby. Get you some.
Vitamin energy, man. Listen, shout it out. And you know what? Another great shout out to our friends over at RotoWire, folks. RotoWire is the #1 fantasy football tool on the market today, as well as your player prop research asset. If you take player prop betting seriously, you need to have this in your toolbox. They handpick and select the locks for overs and unders each and every single week. Again, I was a big winner this weekend, especially by taking up a lot of those Rams players overs. As you can see, they have all of this lined up for Monday Night Football and across several other sports. Go on ahead and check it out, guys. You will not be disappointed. Shout out to RotoWire for being a proud partner of today's show. Last topic that I would like to cover right before we end up getting out of here is the NFC North. It's the NFC North, man. The Chicago Bears are currently on top of the division by beating the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Mason Rudolph-led Pittsburgh Steelers. The Green Bay Packers are in second place, and the Detroit Lions are in third. My question to you, does Chicago hold on? TD.
Oh boy, this is getting interesting. Chicago did beat Pittsburgh, and that was very impressive to me. I thought Pittsburgh was gonna get them in this game, but Caleb Williams and those guys did a real deal. I'm gonna go with the Bears, man. I've been highly impressed with what they've been doing. I think they're similar, not quite yet, but they're similar to the Patriots. They're finding ways to get it done any and every way, every how. They compete with every team that they play. They don't just lay down. They are one of the good teams in the NFL, like legitimate good teams contending. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a playoff run as well. I'm not saying Super Bowl or championship, but the Bears are a real threat. I mean, who would have thought beginning the season that 11 games they be where they are 8-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So who would have thought that the Chicago Bears would have been in there? You could have said, give them success. What would they be? I would say 6, like 6-4, 7-4, something like that. But 8-3, that's getting to that next echelon. But again, Caleb, you got to get his kids some credit. He's just been playing great football. Remember, we're about to write this man off. Like, we can't talk about that enough. We were about to write him off. Yeah, but Caleb ain't this. He's not that. Now Ben Johnson is helping him put it together, and these are the results from it. So, yeah, I'm going to ride with the Chicago Bears to hold on. Now, remember, they're only a half game up over Green Bay and a full game up over the Lions. It's going to come down to the wire. It's really hard to tell because this division beats up on each other. But you got to just ride the hot hand right now. How many is it in a row? 4 in a row. 4 games in a row. You know what? This weekend will tell us all we need to know. No, this Thursday night, Thanksgiving. They play on Thanksgiving. They play the Eagles. If they beat the Eagles, it's theirs. They lose to the Eagles, man. They just open the door for everybody. So that'll be the deciding game. Thanksgiving at Philly, by the way, on the road, and Philly is mad right now. Okay. So this will be the right test.
And so the Philadelphia Eagles offense is broken. So let's see what's going on there. Richie, do the Chicago Bears hold on, brother?
Yeah, I mean, the Lions is a team that we also didn't break down yet, but the Bears are in first place at 8-3, and the Packers are right there, 7-3-1. The Lions, they won their game, but what the heck happened in that game? They should not have been, even making it that close with the Jameis Winston-led Giants. Man, like the Bears have something special brewing. 4 games in a row. They're winning in new ways. They won a pesky game at home. And like TD said, man, they got a Black Friday game this week. Eagles-Bears. That's going to be great. Great Black Friday matchup. Yeah, it's Black Friday on Prime Video. So we got a lot of good football this weekend. And I think that's going to be a big test. And then they got the Packers, Browns. Oh, but Shedeur is hot, dude. The Bears. Sorry, TD. The Bears are going to lose Shedeur in a few weeks.
They might at defense.
Ooh, TD, look at them. Now, they versed the Packers twice and the Lions again. So that's important to note. So I don't know, man. Like, they definitely have a chance to win this division. I'm not going to say that they're not, but I still feel like the Lions are the team to watch get hot when it matters the most. You look at their schedule, the Lions, it's definitely a little more difficult, though. They got the Packers here on Thanksgiving. The Cowboys that are starting to heat up a little bit, beating the Eagles, big game on Sunday night. The Rams, best team in football. Steelers, let's see if they're with the healthy Rodgers. Vikings, and then the Bears to finish off the season. So the NFC North is a very fun division to keep an eye on, but it's so tough to tell. And the Packers too. Like, man, that's going to be fun to see how this all shapes up.
Indeed. Right before we get out of here, there is a game this evening, Monday Night Football, and a lot is at stake for both teams. If the Carolina Panthers can win this evening, they take control of the NFC South. In case you missed it, last night Baker Mayfield went down with a shoulder sprain. Who knows how long he is going to be out? That Tampa Bay Buccaneers team cannot catch a break on the injury side of things. The San Francisco 49ers, with two teams ahead of them that are red hot. And the San Francisco 49ers team best opportunity is the 7th seed. Who comes out on top on this one? I'm going to start off with Richie. The Carolina Panthers or the San Francisco 49ers?
All of a sudden, we got the Panthers have a chance to win the NFC South.
Crazy.
This is their opportunity, bro. Like, this is a playoff game. If you're the Panthers, this is a playoff game. It's not a win and you go home type of situation, of course. But on the road against a tough division, a tough defense, Robert Saleh's D is going to have, them ready to go for Bryce Young. Bryce Young's coming off. Was it last week he went off? Because Bryce Young is one of those quarterbacks that's hot and cold, and he's got to find his consistency. They got a great run game. They know what they're doing. I'm excited for tonight's game. I really am. I think that it's going to be a big test. And then you got Brock Purdy and the Niners. You can't sleep on them. We're talking about the NFC West because of the Seahawks and Rams, but we can't forget about the 49ers. Like, they are a legit squad. They have a lot of injuries, but they're playing good football. So, like, this is a really good Monday Night Football game to finish out this weekend of great NFL football. Oh, man, I kind of want to roll with the Panthers to get the upset on the road, but it's going to be a tough game for them to win. They got to play perfect football. But, hey, I'll roll with it. I'll roll with the Panthers to get the upset. Why not?
Roll with the Carolina Panthers. They have something to play for. TD, San Francisco 49ers, or the Carolina
TD's a Bryce
Panthers.
Young hater.
Yeah, he does hate Bryce Young.
He is way better than Shedeur Sanders. I will say that.
No, he's not. Stop.
Bryce Young.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 49ers in this one.
See, what did I tell you?
It's not because I'm hating on
I'm kidding.
Panthers. I actually had to think about it. That tells you I'm giving the Panthers some credit because they found ways to win too. That's the team I always write off because anytime I give them attention, they lose. And I'm giving them attention right now, so they're gonna lose. San Francisco 49ers going to come out. They're going to run the football. They're going to, try to play mistake-free and win the turnover battle. And I think that's what it comes down to. Robert Saleh's done a great job this year, dialing up good defensive packages and blitz package custom to who he's playing. And they've executed it well. That's one of the main reasons this team, for the most part, has really been in a lot of games. But they know how to put up points too. Let's just call it what it is. They're coming off of a 41-point outing on the road, and now they're at home versus the Panthers. You got to ride with that, okay? And then, I just don't think they'll be able to stop guys like McCaffrey and stuff. I think they'll run wild. Fantasy will go up for everybody who got McCaffrey. It'll be a tight game, though. They'll make it one late. Here's what I predict. They'll be up. San Francisco will be up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter, but Carolina will make it a game at the end where it matters, but still lose. So that's what I'll predict. So I got the 49ers winning this. Bryce Young has been playing some really good football in and out of it. And look how far he's come. He used to be a bum. He got benched. Let's just call it what it is. He used to be bad, and it used to look real bad. And now, he's putting things together. So,
to be honest with you, I still don't know if he's good.
Yeah, which is true. It's just,
But one game he'll go out there and throw 445 yards. The next one he'll throw for 70 and 3 picks. I have no idea what kind of quarterback he is.
You keep rolling with capability, but it's not about those 400 and some yards to me. It's how he led in the moment and how he executed and didn't blink. You watch for those things, so he has some intangibles. I still think he's good enough not to be good enough, but it's not a guy you give up on yet. You just keep on staying the course and hope that he keeps growing.
Oh, man.
We had a super chat from the habitual line stepper. Salute to the fourth and forever crew. Late to the show, still recovering from the stupid stomach bug going around. Shake my head. Hope you feel better, habitual line stepper. Sorry that the Jets couldn't get you. We're right there. Yeah, we're right there, TD. But all good, man. Hope you're feeling better. Appreciate the 10. We were right there. You fumbled the ball.
We're at the game, right there at the game.
We're right there, man. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. Hate to see you sick, but we wish you the best. We got a Patreon caller. Parks, what up, brother?
What up, fellas?
What's up?
What up, man?
Listen, TD, don't nobody care about those losers in Cleveland. Only reason why you talk about Cleveland is because Shedeur over there. Don't nobody care about them.
Yeah,
but
that's correct.
But I will give you credit, TD. I do believe that Myles Garrett, if he breaks that sack record, he should be MVP.
He's ahead of schedule on breaking it.
Like, he already has 18 sacks. Like, that is crazy. That is insane. Like,
I've realized, though, when I watch the game, I watch him, but I was like, his get off is unreal.
Yeah, it is insane, man.
It was like watching like LT in the day. It's probably
There's nothing he can do. He can bull rush. He can
bro. Like, he is ridiculous, man. Bryce Young, he sucks. No, they're losing tonight. The Niners are going to win. I don't even know why that is even the debate. JJ McCarthy, you got to understand, he's only played 6 games. He's basically still a rookie. I mean, and I'm going to give him time. I'm going to give him to next year. If he's doing this next year, something is wrong here. Something is wrong. The Patriots game, I'll talk about that later on the AFC's roundtable, because some stuff need to be said about Ramondre. He sucks. Get him off my team. I believe, I'm going to say this now, and I'm finna go, fellas. I believe he got some pictures or some videos of blackmailing somebody, because he can't be in the game. No, get him off my team. Shout out Patriots World, Celtics World. And one more thing, T, stop saying Celtics World. You're not a Celtics fan.
Hey,
I'm out here, fellas.
Celtics World. You ain't a Celtics fan.
Let him know, Parks. I don't want to hear none of that.
He said, "Get him off my team."
Myles Garrett's a dog, right? How many sacks did he have against the Jets? Huh?
He had the flu that game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. Had the flu that game. Well, guys, want to remind everybody that the AFC East Roundtable is live today, but we have an earlier show today. It's actually tipping off in
3:30,
an hour and 20 minutes. So we got to run. We're going to do an AFC East Roundtable live because it is Thanksgiving week, and I am traveling this evening. So we pushed the show up a little bit, and then we're not going to be having a live show Wednesday night, but we'll be dropping some type of video for the Wednesday night because it is Thanksgiving week. So we appreciate you guys understanding that it's Thanksgiving week, and we're excited to be with you guys in an hour or so. So we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button if you did not already. 3:30 p.m. EST, AFC East Roundtable Live. We'll see you then.
See y'all soon.
Peace.